Powered by Riverside FM.
Hey, UP Nation, can we stop with every time somebody gets released or every time somebody requests to get traded, they've got to end up on the Minnesota Vikings? Like, not everybody that gets released is a perfect fit for the Minnesota Vikings. Not everybody that requests a trade is good for the Minnesota Vikings, man. This Micah Parsons thing, can we stop? Can we stop? Man, do we really want Micah Parsons on this team? Now, don't get me wrong, man. Micah Parsons it's an extreme talent. He's an extreme talent, but he also comes with a very extreme value in terms of money, man. Like, do you want to strap $40+ million on a guy like Micah Parsons? Again, great talent, big distraction, dude. Like, listen to me, man. You guys talked about Aaron Rodgers a few months ago, talking about toxic in the locker room and this and that, and everybody was kind of dismissing that. So you want to bring a culture killer like Micah Parsons into the Minnesota Vikings locker room when we're already stacked at defense? Do you really want Micah Parsons for $40+ million? Do you really? Do you really? Man, I don't. I'm rolling with Jonathan Grenard. I'm rolling with Andrew Van Ginkel. And I'm rolling with Dallas Turner in terms of my edge rushers. Massive contract demands by Micah Parsons. People are talking about $30+ million a year, man, for Micah Parsons, man. Micah Parsons is trying to hit about $40 million. He's looking at TJ Watt. He's looking at Myles Garrett. He's not coming in here for cheap, man. And I just don't feel like, again, we've got to be careful. UP Nation, Purple Gang, we've got to be careful when we start handing out these contract extensions, man. We just got out of a bad situation where we didn't have a whole lot of salary cap flexibility. I talk about it all the time, and we're not trying to get back into the situation that we were in with Kirk Cousins. We already drafted a Micah Parsons in Dallas Turner, UP Nation. Give this man, let's water him and give him chances to grow. Let him develop. Let's be patient with the Dallas Turner. He comes on the cheap. He is on a rookie contract, UP Nation. So now we're going to invest Mr. Podcast, Micah Parsons, who he's like the neighbor down the street. Everything that, if he's on the Minnesota Vikings team, he's like the neighbor down the street that's going to tell all your business when there's business to tell on his podcast. Because he wants clicks. Obviously, he wants views. Obviously, he wants his podcast to be successful. So you think that if there's some news to tell in the Minnesota Vikings locker room after every game, that he's not going to rush to his podcast to get the word out, to tell your business throughout the neighborhood? Man, you thought Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee was going to be bad if Aaron Rodgers was on the team. Man, I'm not trying to hear Micah Parsons again. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus and squash him as a player, but we don't need Micah Parsons on the purple. Stop with that. Not everybody that gets released should end up on the purple. He's been vocal on social media about his locker room. He points the finger. He doesn't necessarily hold himself accountable when he has bad games, but he will hold his teammates accountable. He will hold his teammates accountable. Man, stop with the Micah Parsons deal. And again, Brian Flores' defense is very aggressive, multiple, and it's built on versatility. UP Nation, team discipline. It's a team dynamic. That's what makes the Minnesota Vikings defense, especially their front seven, so great. Now, Micah Parsons, don't get me wrong, he's a freak athlete, man. And again, this is not disparaging anything physically that Michael Parsons could bring to the table. I am just pointing out the price tag and the drama that comes with him. He is a freelancer. Just watch him play with the Dallas Cowboys. He is a freelancer. He goes off script a lot. A lot. This is something that can bump heads with a guy like Brian Flores. Trust me, if they felt like Michael Parsons was a fit and could enhance this defense, trust me, man, Brian Flores would be in the office of the Wilfs and Kwesi, and they would say, hey, we need to go get this guy. I don't believe that that is happening in Egan right now. I just don't believe that will happen. He's the anti-philosophy of what the Vikings would want and should want. And then think about, listen, to bring a guy in like Micah Parsons, you would have to extend him. But what would be the trade cost? UP Nation, who you giving up? Who you giving up? Now think about who Micah Parsons is and his value to the Dallas Cowboys. Who are they giving up for Micah Parsons? Who would they have to give up to go out and get a Micah Parsons? UP Nation. Like, to bring something like that in, that is questionable. I mean, the verdict will be out on whether or not he would be a scheme fit and a culture fit. Where you are right now at the Minnesota Vikings, are you going to risk depleting your culture? Are you going to risk, in some publications, what some publications are calling the number one front seven in the NFL 2025? You're going to risk all of that chemistry for a roll of the dice with Michael Parsons? Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And again, I listen, I'll say you already drafted a Michael Parsons. A Michael Parsons. You've already drafted him in Dallas Turner. Why would you consider anything else? UP Nation is foolish. Every time somebody is released, they should end up on the Vikings. Let's just stay pat, man, and see what we have. Let's go into the preseason with what we have. A lot of things are going to spell itself out over the course of the preseason in the early part of the season. Let's just see what our team looks like. On paper, we're looking pretty damn good. We don't have to panic and make all these big moves. We're taking this thing step by step each year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. With or without Michael Parsons, I believe that we're going to have a top 5 defense in the league. So what do we need a Michael Parsons for? You can miss me with the whole Michael Parsons talk. I get it. This is why fantasy football is so big. Because you can trade and go out and get people, put people on the team, see who meshes together. But in reality, you don't want to mess this up. So you can miss me with the Michael Parsons thing. Second thing, man, that kind of bugs me is like the whole Justin Jefferson hamstring injury. Look, man, here's how we should approach the Justin Jefferson thing. If Justin Jefferson was fully healthy, every year when he is fully healthy going into the season, where do you see Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson is on the sidelines eating sunflower seeds during these preseason games. Every year. And it was going to be no different this year. This is where he was going to be preseason game number 1, preseason game number 2, preseason game number 3. Justin Jefferson is our highest commodity, especially with the situation where Jordan Addison is going to have to be suspended for 3 games. So now you have to have an unproven number 2 in Speedy Naylor. Speedy Naylor has etched out a little bit of a niche at wide receiver 3 over the last couple years, but it's questionable whether or not he can be a reliable number 2 or else he would be a reliable number 2. So while Jordan Addison is out, a lot of it is going to fall on TJ Hockenson and Justin Jefferson. Listen to me, man. Put Justin Jefferson on the shelf. Of course he's going to practice. Of course he's going to practice. But they have got to handle Justin Jefferson with kid gloves because he's got to be ready to go for the duration of the first part of the season while Jordan Addison is out. For the duration, UP Nation. Please hit that like and subscribe button, by the way. For the duration, he's got to be out there. So you can't risk your top commodity right now. You can't risk in any way he being out. I don't want to hear anything about he needs to build chemistry with J.J. McCarthy. I understand that. Yeah, he does, but it does. But that doesn't supersede him being your top value on the team and that he needs to be ready to go. Trust me, if they don't get a rep from now into the Chicago Bears, trust me on this, they going to figure it out. J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson are going to figure it out. Don't overthink this thing, man. Put Justin Jefferson on the shelf. I wouldn't listen, man. Hamstrings and groin pulls are the most finicky injuries you could have. They are annoying. They don't go away easily. And as much as Justin Jefferson relies on his speed to change a direction, it is why he has had multiple hamstring injuries in college and with the Minnesota Vikings. Like, these things are not going to go away too quick. That's his base. Those are his wheels. Have you ever watched Justin Jefferson run a route? Like, my man is not out there taking his time. My man is out there changing directions, having hot feet, putting people on skates. Like, this is why he has those hamstring injuries. The amount of effort that he puts into his speed and running his routes. So if those hamstrings, man, are not 100%, I mean for real 100%, I'm not putting him out there. I don't care whether it's joint practices. I don't care whether it's preseason games. My goal is to have him 100% for J.J. McCarthy in Soldier Field on Monday night for that first game. And I'm not considering anything else. I don't want to hear anything about chemistry that he needs to build with J.J. McCarthy. That's not important. His health is what is important. And I'm telling you, they will figure it out. Man, I just had to come on here and talk about two things that's bugging me. Micah Parsons, we don't need Micah Parsons. We got Gink, we got Grenard, we got Dallas Turner. I'm cool. I'm cool with that, UP Nation. I don't know about you guys, Purple Gang, Skull Nation. I'm cool with those three as my primary edge rushers. And then Justin Jefferson, man, I'm not trying to hear about the chemistry stuff because that's going to happen. We need for Justin Jefferson to be 100%, not 85, not 90, not 95, 100% healthy for the Chicago Bears game, first game of the season. And I'm not deviating from that at all, man. This has been Unconventional Playbook. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Help us stay in the algorithm, and it helps me to continue to pump out the content, man. Listen, we're going to have Patrick Buchanan back next week on the show so we can talk a little bit of Minnesota Vikings, talk about some things. Also, looking forward to Skull Fest, meeting all of the Purple Gang members, and then seeing my Minnesota Vikings dominate those Atlanta Falcons. And I've already called it, man. I think those first couple of games on the season, man, is going to be cheap work. I'm telling you right now, the Chicago Bears got something waiting for them that first night in Soldier Field. That first game in Soldier Field, Caleb Williams, man, I feel sorry for Caleb. I feel sorry. This is going to age well. I feel sorry for Caleb, man. But this has been Unconventional Playbook, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Continue to support the show. It's much appreciated. And as always, we will see you when we see you. Scope.